What's happened, you bad motherfuckers? It's Tuesday, the 22nd of April, the day the devil was buried at sea. The church of what's happening now, New Testament coming at you. Let's get this fucking party started. We're back. What's up, you bad motherfuckers? Uncle Joey here, my main man, Syatt. We're solo, just how you like it. No guest today, nobody busting your balls. Just us. Coming at you direct, you know what I'm saying?
Just you to bust my balls.
Nah, you're going to be fine, cocksucker. We had a great last week. Well, anybody who came out to the Paramount, I want to thank you with all my heart. You guys were great audiences. I was fucking really nervous in front of you guys. I didn't know what to expect, but you guys, I was going to Texas. Who the fuck am I kidding? I'm happy Syatt came down. He had two great sets. He got fucked up the first night at Terry Black's. He had to eat an Adderall at fucking Mitzi's. Tremendous.
Well, then I found out a lot. So I didn't get fucked up at Terry Black's, but I think you brought me to Terry Black's on purpose. Someone reached out and was like, hey, edibles hit you harder when you have fatty food. So you brought me to the home of fatty food.
When you're eating those carnita lizard skins, you were getting just as high, all right?
You eat pork tacos.
When?
All the time you have carnitas.
When?
All the time in LA, you had carnitas.
I don't know what you're talking about. Did you see me eating carnitas off the food truck?
No,
I got agrebasado, the fucking steak.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't eat pork.
You used to get mad at me for eating steak tacos.
No, I don't eat pork on the road. I'm Cuban. I respect that shit. We're the kings of the pork. Why would I go out with the minglets and eat that shit that they make? That pulled pork shit, you could take that shit and shove it up your mother's ass. I hate pulled pork more than anything in the fucking world.
Oh, me too.
And barbecue pork, and fuck you. You want to rock with me? Come down to Las Brisas and get the pork chunks and then come fucking talk to me. Or get the fucking pernil, that meat that's clean, Bobby, with the yolk on the side. Yeah, I don't want to even eat that shit. I just want the fucking pernil. If it's not that, I don't want it. You know this.
No pork? Okay.
No, I don't never eat carnitas out. That's a percentage of ruining your asshole. You have to look at carnitas and lizard skins and go to yourself, what are the percentages of my asshole surviving? The guy's got one glove on. The other hand, he just picked his nose, he scratched, he's changing dollar bills, he's got cocaine in his hand, dirty hands, and he's in your fajitas. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes that adds to the seasoning.
Yeah.
Right or wrong. I had a fat black dude in Dallas one time sweating on the pork chop. Best pork chop I ever had in my life. 400 pounds, armpit off his forehead. When his head sweat would hit the pork chop, he'd go, tss, like it's sizzle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ate like 8 of those motherfuckers on white bread at $2 a piece.
Oh, he was just selling it like out of his car or something?
I just stayed right there. I was high than fuck. After a show, it was a black show, and this chubby little black dude was out there, one of those Bahama Mama white beater shirts with stains on it. Somebody shot him with a musket. He had different holes in it. And he's out there fucking making these fucking pork chops with the bones in them, George. It's 99 degrees. It's Dallas.
Oh, my God.
It's 8 o'clock at night, and this guy is drenched. He's just dropping titty sweat and armpit sweat, and the pork chop would go, tss, yeah! And I would go, give me another one. Fucking Frank's hot sauce with a can of Coke. 8 of those motherfuckers. The last one, I ate them out of white bread. He gave me he gave me the elbow at the end, the fucking hard part that you give to the pigeons and to Puerto Ricans. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God. You had 8 pork sandwiches?
Oh, my God. I was 400 pounds. What did you expect me to get?
Fuck.
But see, that's why I was 400 pounds, because I was eating pork on the road. But that was tremendous. That was not that. I studied him. I watched him the night before. Yeah. I was watching him the night before. I was watching how he was marinating the pork chops. And I also watched how he was dipping them in the fucking thing with the seasoning. He was a savage. He was putting like the Cuban shit. Not the Cuban shit. The other, mojo or the other one? Adobo. He was putting them in adobo. So I knew the motherfucker knew what he was doing. On a grill, and then he would smash them. And he had 400 pounds of bone and sweat. Oh, day. You know what I'm saying?
So when you were that heavy, like you wouldn't mind eating in public? Like when I was that fat, I would hate eating
I had no choice. I had $28 in my pocket. It's like I could stroll into fucking the Palm in Edgewater.
No, I mean like I would be the go.
You know, I'm trying to eat clean meat, but I told you in 95, I was getting Subway sandwiches, veggie and cheese. And even still, I wouldn't eat the meat in my lowest times. I would never eat that lizard meat. That's just to let you know. I'm not like you. You don't eat that fucking pigeon meat.
I don't think I've been to Subway in 10 years because of you.
It doesn't matter because you got medals from Subway. They sent you a plaque and shit. You and that pedophile, that motherfucker that's still in jail.
Oh, Jesus.
That motherfucker's still in jail.
Last time I heard about him, he's getting like super fat again.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
he
getting
just gave
super
up.
fat because he's eating carbs. What do you think they give you fucking lean meat in prison?
Oh, I heard it was like honey buns. Like he's going
Oh yeah,
old
he's
school.
going on. And he's sucking dick. They're raping him in there. He's getting beat up. Remember an article came out like 3 years ago. He's getting beat up like the first month he had a black eye and shit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They got it. And then once they know you're a pedophile, they give it to you. Somebody finds out, they sell between every place you go, they're gonna fuck you.
That's and trust me, I'm for that. But like, how do they make that rule? They're like, okay, pedophile, we're gonna kill you. You killed 30 people, but you're cool. Like I don't get where the rules.
You kill 30 people, they put you on a death sentence, right? Or a life in prison. If you got the death sentence, you exhaust it with appeals.
Right.
And someday you'll have to face the music, but by that time it might be 18 fucking years from now. So you could buy yourself 18 years. A pedophile, unless somebody dies, they just put you in jail. They do that liquid castration.
Oh shit.
Where they give you those pills to knock your dick off and so you don't get hard on. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. So I just heard about this maybe 2 or 3 years ago, that some prisons give you, if you have a long sentence, they give you that medication to, no, not saltpeter. It's something to fucking.
It's chemical castration. Yeah.
Chemical castration. So in time you're done. You'll never bother nobody again. You know, by that time you'll.
Dude, it's crazy. Did you see that they're executing people now with like the firing squads, like guns?
Where?
In America. A couple of over the last couple of months, there's been a couple of people who have chosen firing squad.
That's fun. I mean, you have to really. Let's say you shoot somebody, right? And you get the chair. You ever go see what happens to you in the chair?
Yeah.
And if the chair don't work, you're still half alive. Your eyeballs hanging, and they're like, shoot him. They're giving you all this shit for your heart. I'd rather listen. That's the best way to go. If somebody says, "Listen, you got to go in the morning." Pick your poison, cyanide, fucking whatever. You like that. You walk out there, they raise the flag. Da, 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 da. There's a guy behind you, a little drum. Da, 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 da. They put you to the wall. They take the mask off you. You have the thing around your hand. Any last request? Would you like a cigarette? Yeah, and they give you a little cigarette, right? Whether you smoke or not, you take the cigarette. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You kill an extra 3 times. That's extra 3 minutes you're out there. You fucking smoke that cigarette to the fucking filter. You got another one. No. Just one cigarette and shit. Then they put a blindfold on you. It's not like you're watching the guy shoot you. If they put the blindfold on, then you start praying. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for. Bah, 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 bah. And you're mortal. That's it. You're dead. That's the way to go. But you want to be sitting in a place and they fucking pray and then they put a mask on you. And they shoot. Why are we talking about this? Who's going to the chair?
Thank God.
Why are we going to the chair? I didn't even do nothing.
That's where I felt like I was going on Wednesday in fucking Austin. Dude, that was the highest I've been in a while.
And all you had was 200 milligrams and 2 coconuts. That's
so I had 300 milligrams. And
he was fucking falling asleep next to my friend.
Oh.
I was talking to my friend and he was like, and finally, thank God, she's a savage. She goes, Lee, take an Adderall. And
I was scared.
After that, he was drinking fucking, what was he drinking?
Maker's Mark and Diet Coke.
He had like 2 of them. He's like, I want to go home. Okay, let's go home.
I had a few. I had some fun at that.
Stop. You had 1 or 2, and that was the end of that fucking.
How many did you have? You actually did have some margaritas. I forgot about that. You never drink.
Never. And I was popping spicy margaritas with the good tequila. And you saw me walk out of there. Alcohol does not affect me.
It's not.
Saturday night, I had to meet somebody. I was sitting there for 2 hours, and I finally go, fuck it, give me a margarita. And I drank it on the way home. I had to think about it for a minute. Am I fucked up? I'm like, not at all. In fact, I even tried cutting the lines just to fuck with people in case there was a helicopter out there or something. You know what I'm saying?
But that was a lot of fun. That was dude, because I've been, that Austin was the first place I ever did anything on the road. You let me do like 3 minutes on a late show at the old Cap City. And I was so fucking nervous that after I got off stage, my legs shook. I had to lean against the wall. My legs shook for like 10 minutes. Like I just couldn't deal with the adrenaline that I had. And then I've been back a couple of times, but it was the biggest room I've ever done. And I think it was the first festival I ever did, which is fucking awesome. Thank you, dude. That was a crazy. That was a crazy experience.
You know, I remember when I was doing comedy 8, 9 years, and everybody would have festivals. And nobody would ever invite me to these things. After a while, you're like, what the fuck? Then I finally get invited. I get invited to the Toyota Comedy Festival in New York City, like 1999. And your whole family comes out. And I don't know who else. And I get there, and the kid kept telling me, you're going to go up in 5 minutes. You're going to go up in 5 minutes. I got a hot audience here. From 10 o'clock to 12, he told me, you're going to go up next. Then he put a salsa band up. And then I went up and ate a bag of dicks. And when I got off stage, he gave me $25. And I went home embarrassed with people who came to see me. I felt like such a fucking asshole. And I saw that motherfucker years later, and he's like, hey, man, that night, I go, don't even fucking say nothing to me. That was a setup, you motherfucker. Guess what happened to him? He died of cancer. Fuck him. Fuck him.
I love how you keep track
And a
of
slow death. He was on one of those GoFundMe, like, with the skeleton and shit. Fuck him. I ain't sending that motherfucker a dime.
I was going to say, did you send him like 20 cents?
Nothing. That's what you get for putting me on after the salsa band. Because he was fucking a horrible comic, and he didn't want to get shown. You know, he was like the host. You remember that night. I think you were there, George. I was fucking furious that night, but that was it. Every other festival gave me shit. I wasn't good enough. Meanwhile, I'm at the store killing motherfuckers, and they're like, nah, you can't come do off. And then I start looking at the schedule, and I'm like, these are okey doke motherfuckers anyway.
Yeah.
What am I going to do with these fucking peasants? And then they would give you like $50 a set. Like, remember they had one in Ojai and all those every year?
Oh, yeah.
They offered me. They're like, yeah, we'll give you $55. Listen, save the $55. I'd rather do the spot at the store.
Yeah, or they'll be like, oh, we'll give you a hotel room, but you have to share it with 2 other comics.
And now at least they'll hit me up and give me an option to like headline a festival.
That's cool.
Like be one of the 3 guys or whatever. And I don't mind doing that, but I'm bringing people that would have to fight to get to a festival. And now you're in there.
Yeah.
Now it's a credit. Whether they like it or fucking not, you actually performed at the Paramount fucking Theater. Whether they like it or not, that's it. Whether they put your name on a flyer, who gives a fuck? You did it.
Right. I didn't even think about that.
All that matters. Sold out, and that's all that matters. And that's why when you do those festivals, I like to take people that, you know, are going to fight for their life to get into a festival. If you're not with 3 managers or 3 certain agents, they're not going to look at you for those festivals.
So is that how you get it? Like at your level, I know that like your agent, who knows?
But
how
no,
that
I never got a call for a festival before until I started saying, put me in some fucking festivals.
Oh, shit, okay.
Because they're like 1 night, 2 nights, and I'm out of there. I'm not going to the festival premiere. I'm not going to any of the fucking parties. I don't want to sing. I don't want to play the bongos. I don't want to do anything. I just want to focus on my fucking show, do the best I can at my show, and get the fuck out of there.
And I'm surprised to hear you say that you were nervous. You didn't seem nervous.
Always fucking nervous.
Well, you're always nervous, but like it's how you didn't like. You said you were nervous to go out there. Didn't say like.
No, I'm not going to sit there with my knees banging. You know, not that type of nervous. Listen, I've told you 1,000 times. If you don't get nervous, quit.
Right.
Quit. If you don't give a fuck how they're going to feel or what reaction they're going to give you, quit. You always have to be a little nervous. And then when you touch the microphone, the thing comes out of your stomach, a little fart comes out of your ass. You hold the microphone. That's when you know you're on. Whatever's in that midsection, whatever butterfly, whatever heart palpitation you're having, once you touch that, what was the movie? Carrie. When the guy touches the microphone, he chokes to death on the stage. I just saw it the other day. It was on last week at about 2 PM. I went home and watched it with my wife. Tremendous. The last half hour.
Oh, shit. Where the blood comes down and stuff?
Yeah, and then she goes home and the fucking mother tries to stab her. Fucking tremendous movie.
Fuck, I haven't seen that in a long time.
Well, it's time. Anyway. Yeah, that's what I don't like about all that shit. The festivals, the people you see are people that have big people that are agents, and when the festival people call them, they go, oh, you're looking at Joey Diaz. Yeah, hold on. You got to look at Lee first. You got to look at this guy. You got to look at this guy. He's making waves. He's getting spots at the store. His podcast was number 88 on Global, you know. And they get him in because you're calling for me. So that's what you get as an agent is leverage. When you have a name, you have leverage. You have, you know, Shane Gillis. You have Chris Rock. You have Joe Rogan. That's leverage. And then you have the bottom guys, the guys that were me 30 years ago on the bottom that were looking up, waiting for a fucking something to drop. Does anything
know.
ever fucking drop from up there? You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy because I applied to a bunch of festivals. I got into the Boston.
$35.
Oh yeah,
And you
yeah.
gotta send, go fuck yourself. Go fuck. Who the fuck are you to judge me? And I gotta give you $35. Go fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying? At one point, as a comedian, or even as a human being, you gotta sit there and go, let me think of this dynamic one more time here. Okay, I'm a desperate comic. I'm trying to get on the board, but how desperate am I? By sending a $35 gift certificate, whatever the fuck you got to send, a certified check for $35. And trust me, people have been doing this for years. And I remember when I was that comic and had to go to a black club, Club Mix. That club ended because they shot 4 people on a comedy show.
Oh, my God.
I had to go down there and make a tape on a Wednesday night to send it, which I knew if I was fucking got a standing ovation on that tape, they weren't going to put me in the festival. And this is 1995. 94, and I had to pay $35 then. Never heard from them again. Then they wrote me, if you want to be a volunteer and work the show. I was so fucking embarrassed. I felt like fucking crying. So now you're taking my $35 and you want to give me a volunteering job so I get experience, so I can learn what a stage looks like. Really? Ain't that a bitch? You know what I'm saying?
Why do you think some comics forget about this stuff?
Because they're not looking at the big picture. They're not going, wait a second, I'm sending $35 to somebody who I don't fucking know. This guy don't run a network.
No.
This guy don't run a network. This guy doesn't know what talent is. Who are we sending this to? I want you to figure out who you're sending it to. Some guy, Joey Diaz, been in various films and performed all over the world. Show me the money. Show me his resume. Show me that IMDb. What movies has he been in? Oh, he was an extra on Cha-Cha Man, and that's not over, and that's what we buy into. I see it now. I subscribe to comedy pages to see all the scams. I don't have the balls yet. There's like 4 guys on there pitching their Zoom comedy
classes.
We've done thousands of cruise ships and thousands of whatever, and young comics want to meet those guys. I took one class at the University of Colorado for $35, and I took one at the New York Comedy Club for $50. And listen, the guy was mediocre, but I learned one thing, that stand-up is you, or something, what your beliefs are is against the world beliefs, and that's it.
You've told me that for a while.
For a long time. So, they have all these scams to try. Listen, when you get to Hollywood, Hollywood's about to go under. But here's the funny thing. When you get to Hollywood, you sign with an agent. You finally get an agent. And then they're like, all right, let me look at your headshot. Oh, we don't like that headshot. We never liked that headshot. We want to get you in front of big names. Here, take a list, call one of these people and tell them you want headshots. That Sandy sent you. They'll take good care of you. Oh, my God, Boris. Oh, my God, the headshots he does. Now you call Boris. Boris wants to charge you $800 because they already told them what characters you're going to. So you have to take a picture of you as a fireman, you as a pizza man. Those are all $300 a piece. Then these motherfuckers make you go get copies.
Oh, yeah.
Which all those businesses are out of business in LA because the headshot is obsolete. Nobody has a solid headshot now.
I think I was the last person to buy headshots.
Yeah, and you still have to throw them away.
Oh, I threw them away when I left LA. I threw away boxes of them.
I got still some headshots left, but they're fucking useless. They're from 30 years ago.
Jesus.
So then they get you there. Then you get a commercial agent, and they're like, "We love your look. There's the paperwork to what you got to do with your headshots. Now you got to go to La Brea, stand online, and pay another $80 to get into a fucking web thing, so the agents could look at your headshot. Then they bang you with another website. Then they bang you with another website. Listen, it's a bang fest. And you're 21. You just graduated from college. You were going to go work for your father, but you called your grandfather and told him that you really wanted to be an actor. You and your friends used to jerk off and watch Saturday Night Live and thought it was the best thing you ever watched. So now your grandfather's going to go, okay, I'll give you my inheritance up early. And he gives you like $100,000, and you go to Hollywood, bro. And you fall for all the scams. They see you coming, breathing exercises for acting, how to move and balance and acting. It is unfucking real.
Oh, dude, when I like a year before we left LA, I did a commercial acting class, and I did it, and then this commercial agent reached out to me. I went down to his office, and I swear to
What
God,
was his name, Maluk?
Thank God I can't remember.
Zulrik.
Maybe
Zulik or something like that, yeah.
Dude, I was in the waiting room, and there was a little person in his office, a girl, and he calls me in and goes, and this was when I was over 300 pounds, and he looked straight at me. He's like, yeah, I think we're going to do good things. The only other fat guy I have is a ginger, and it scares people. So he was just, all he did was look on that website for like weird looking. He had the little person, he had the fat guy.
Yeah.
That was all he had, was just weird people. And that, like, it was, and I still I got more auditions when I left LA. He still sends me emails somehow.
Remember he sent you in for a show as the fat guy to wiggle and you wouldn't do it? I don't want to do it for $300.
Oh, I didn't, dude.
I'm like, dog, you're going to set your career on fire. And he's like, I don't want to do it for $300.
I moved. I was in Massachusetts. I got an email to fly to LA to audition to be the fat guy, like dancing on Tosh.0, like tomorrow. They were like, you got to be here tomorrow. And I'm like, no, I don't want to be the fat guy dancing. And I'm not gonna fly there to probably not get it either. Oh my God. I had never experienced that. Like I went to like 3 auditions, and it was like how everyone, whenever you hear about auditions on like podcasts, like, oh, you go and there's 80 of you in a room. I went and there were 20 of me, and it was scary. And they were like, because you were supposed to be like outside in your pajamas getting the newspaper, and so all the other guys were in pajamas. It was not. I think that was rock bottom for me. And just going, like, realizing what I look like.
And that's non-union too.
Oh, it was all non-union.
Yeah, that's a fucking nightmare. That's why they keep you there all day for like $500 cash.
Well, dude, I was talking with someone recently about when I met you. I was there editing reality TV, and right, like literally, I think a week before I left my job and we just did this full time, I went to a meeting to join the editors union. And like, it was crazy, dude. In another life, like I'm 600 pounds in LA, either dead or editing. Like it's just, it was crazy, like where my life almost went. And yeah, dude, they scam you there. When I was editing, I got a call one day to edit the poker TV shows. Not the big one, like the small one. They wanted to give me like 800 a week, and then they can use you. This was the best. They said, listen, you know how every other job you work 5 days a week? Here, you have to agree to work Saturdays, but we almost never ask you to do it, which means they ask you to do it every week.
Yeah.
6 days a week for 8, and I have to pay the dues, like you have to pay the dues. That would have been crazy, dude. It was it's wild how that happened.
It's crazy how you go to school for something.
Yeah.
And then you get there and you're like, fuck. This ain't what I signed up for. I was looking for the bitches.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking for chicks in bikinis and shit and porno. And
in my mind, I thought I was going to be editing like Scorsese's movie. Like that was my dream, to like, edit like a fucking cool movie. And I got to do some really cool TV shows, but it was the peak of what I was going to do was reality TV. And now I'm talking to people and like, they're not even getting that. They're getting like, you're editing someone's YouTube channel. Like that's what I would have gone to school and paid all those college loans back for, to be some YouTube. And you can make a good living doing it, and there's nothing wrong with it, but that's not what my dream was.
It's crazy what they sell you out there. And now it's just going down. That's it. It's over. Production companies are moving out of there. People are working for tax breaks in other states. They have to get a state to agree to like a 5-year tax break, and that state's going to fucking blow the fuck up.
Oh, yeah.
And every state does it for about 2 years. Mm-hmm. Then they go, we can't do this no more. And that's the end. That's it. Houses dry up. Jobs dry up. We need a state that'll do it, just like California. What happened to California was it got so expensive to shoot in California. Mm-hmm. Say this to me again. It's like you telling me it's too expensive in Detroit to build a car there. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened in California. That's why. And production, listen, when I got there, bro, there was always auditions. There was this, there was that. It was kind of a joy. I had more options. On Fridays, I would have to snort coke. I would have to snort coke. From all the movies I auditioned for and the commercials and where I was hanging, I couldn't wait till Monday now to find out. maybe Sunday night, it's Friday, I don't have any fucking money, I got to pay the rent. It was stressful, that game of fucking sitting there all week and waiting, so.
Right.
And then it just ended. After 2007, whatever happened in 2007, that was the end. That was the end.
When like the economy crashed.
Listen, I fucking did great 2000 till 2005. My career went down after The Longest Yard came out. Which usually, most people go up. Mine went stuttered. It just fucking stayed there flat. From 2000, I shot 20 fucking things for TV and movies and Taxi and this. Then I was shooting these short films and these fucking low budget things. And then I started picking up steam. I got sober and I'm like, oh shit. And all of a sudden one day, I'm in fucking Sacramento. And I'm opening up for Gabriel. But Gabriel's coming on Friday. But they wanted us there all week. So it was me and another comedian. We're going to work Wednesday and Thursday and then open for Gabriel. This is like the craziest week ever. And fucking Wednesday morning radio, I got into an argument with the other comic. We almost went to blows right on radio.
On morning radio?
We were going to go outside and fuck it up. And the manager had to go in there, the radio staff. So we did the show Wednesday night. I didn't like what was going on. And fucking Thursday, I go to Red Lobster to eat lunch because it was right next to that hotel. And I might get a fucking call. And it's an agent of mine and a friend of mine. They're like, dog, Greg Garcia is looking for you. And I'm like, are you fucking, for what? And they're like, he's got a new, my name is Earl.
Right.
And they're doing like the whole season about a prison. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So I'm in Sacramento. And I go, what time I got to be there tomorrow? And they go, you could be there by 1. So I said, fuck it, I'll be there. I did that last show Thursday. Friday morning I woke up, took the 6 a.m. flight to L.A., walked in that room, had them laughing, booked it before I even got to the airport to come back. And at the airport, I got a call already. It was Rogan telling me, listen, what are you doing this week? And he goes, Ari got a commercial. Come to San Francisco to Cobb's and do 5 shows. I was like, fuck it, I'm on the plane, cocksucker.
That's wild.
So I came all the way down, did the 2 shows with them, and then I did 5 shows up there, and I booked Greg Garcia. So now he's fucking calling me at 4 in the afternoon. Greg Garcia, what are you doing? I got a scene for you. Come on down. We're an hour away, and that's how it was. Once or twice, they actually called me and gave me a call sheet. I said, you got to be here tomorrow at 1 in the afternoon. The first time I showed up to that set, 0 fucks were given. I was sober from coke, but I was smoking weed like a fucking soldier. And you guys will never see this. Find the shirt. Find the picture with me with a weed thing on my shirt.
Right.
I'm not a fucking poster child. I smoke weed. I don't have to fucking advertise it. That's my belief since I was a kid.
Right.
But somebody gave me a shirt from a weed store. They gave one to me, and God rest his soul, Ralphie. They actually went out of their way and made Ralphie like a 7X. And they made me like a 4X because I was big.
Right.
They made me a 4X, but once you wash it, it just felt your body. There's not too many shirts that do that, but that 1 or 2 shirts you have that just, you go, damn, my shit's looking tight.
Yeah, I love those shirts.
You know what I'm saying? And from the side, you're still a fat fuck. From the front and a certain angle, your shit is smooth. You look like fucking, Superfly walking into Harlem. Like that type of shit.
Oh, yeah.
But I loved this shirt. It just felt good. The cotton, the guy spent money on them. And I had like a big weed thing. And I had camouflage shorts on. I went on the set of this. Now, usually you walk on a set, people don't say dick to you. As soon as I walked on that set, people would turn around, look at me with the shirt and go, yeah. And I'm in there 8 minutes. And I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers are smoking weed on the set.
Oh, shit.
So I went right into my green room, fucking rolled up a bone. They had a little vent over the fucking thing. And I'm in there fucking puffing. They knock on the door. Joey, you're on cook. Come on, go in there. And then they put me in a prison suit. That was the prison thing.
I remember that.
So I did 1, 2 episodes on the books. And then he would just call me at 4 and go, Joey, come on down. I want you in the scene. Don't worry, you're going to get paid. Don't worry. I would go down there. And then he called me and he goes, what's your comedy schedule look like? After the 2007, or 2008, I go, I'm wide open. I just got weekends with Rogan. He goes, we're going to shoot 13 more episodes from that fucking prison, bro. I'm like, oh, shit. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to be on TV during pilot season, which never fucking happens. That means people are trying to pick their pilots, and they're watching you on NBC on some show you might be reoccurring on or something. It was perfect. And the fucking strike came. And that was the end of that.
And did you at all think like maybe when the strike's over they'll just pick it back up?
I knew that once the strike went on for a few months, and by the time they got everything back together, they had changed the storyline. People had moved on, you know.
How many people do you think, like, there must be hundreds of people who have stories like they could have been the next big fucking anything, but then something happened.
You ever see the Green Book?
Yeah.
Remember the beginning when they stole that guy's hat? He was at the club and somebody stole his hat.
Yeah.
And Viggo Mortensen brings his hat back. That dude was one day from being one of the biggest fucking stars in Hollywood.
Holy shit.
One day. He was the original character for Don Johnson. They had put him on retainer, $750,000 if the series went, everything. He had it till that Friday. And Don Johnson walked in with a suntan, looking like Johnny. But this Italian guy was good looking too back then. That's why they had him. He was a really good looking guy. He's old and he's still fucking like, dog, that's a good looking fucking dude. He's got to be 70 now. And I guarantee he's still slinging dick. With Viagra and shit, he's got the teeth in, he's out there. Da, 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 da.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that dude was one day away till that Friday. So they gave him the deal on Monday. And that Friday, Don Johnson walked into that room. Could you imagine how much I would have taken that $750,000 and snorted coke just like he did all the way till my fucking heart gave out.
I don't know how you don't. Like, I don't, because like if I don't make it because like I'm just not as funny, like as much as that would suck, I would understand it. But like if I feel like I like got screwed for some reason, that has to kill you.
We're going to go to a break real quick. Remind me, what were we talking about if you make it?
Okay.
I just want to clarify this. We're going to go for a break real quick, talk about DraftKings. We'll be back. We're back, you savages.
I remembered this time.
What were we talking about?
I wrote it down. We were talking about, I said, if I make it.
Okay. Define make it. Because I'm sick and tired of hearing make it or I'm going to be a millionaire or...
No.
Because people throw that out into the fucking wilderness.
I know exactly what I want right now.
Okay. What do you want?
I want to have the ability to do any comedy club in the country. I want to be on the road between, as much as I want to be. In my head right now, that's 30 to 40 weeks. Later in life, that might go down. But I want to be able to headline, and I want the shows to be sold out because people want to come see me. Honestly, sold out is, that's a end goal. Right now, I'd be happy to have like 200 people come to want to come to every show. That'd be bad. I can't even. It's like I see it because I'm around people who do it, but to like have that is like a dream to me. That's like, it's amazing. I can't even comprehend it, having that be my life.
What about just being funny?
I would love to just be funny, but the reason I talk about it like professionally is like that's what I was saying before. If I don't make it, I don't think I'd ever stop. But my goal is to make my living doing stand-up. And it's crazy, but unfortunately, just being funny isn't enough to make that happen.
Well, I came from a different background than you, Lee. You went to college, you invested your fucking time, okay? You have a relationship right now. How old are you?
36.
36. I mean, you're still a young fucking man. I'm just trying to be realistic here. What happens? You know, what's the next move for you in life? You think you're going to do Jimmy Kimmel or are you going to get engaged?
first?
Yeah, this is all involved now. This all becomes a ball now. Okay, and now it's like you have to look at that. I started comedy at 28, and it's 3 months later, I was divorced. I was separated. Those first 5 years, and I'm not saying nothing bad about being married or having a relationship in the beginning. You started, being pretty tight with her. You're telling me about 40 fucking weeks. No woman's going to allow that. They'll be kicking your ass after the first 20,
We'll see.
But we'll burn that bridge later. 40 weeks is a lot of weeks, Lee.
And I've never done it.
Listen, I've done it, and you could do it for about 3 years, sustain it, with a base somewhere that you go and settle for a few days.
Right.
From 98 to 2004, I was out until I got the longest yard. It was nonstop. Holidays, I was never home for this poor girl's birthday. My wife, never. The 28th, Christmas Eve, never. I would tell her, just go home to your parents' house. I'm not coming home. Because Houston would book me for 2 weeks. The best comedy club in the country at that time would tell me, come in the 22nd, do that week, and the week all the way to New Year's Eve. And then New Year's, I'd bring in Jim Gaffigan, and I would shoot to the Comedy Store. It's like I didn't lose a fucking thing.
That's awesome.
You follow? And then I would work that, but I would always be gone. For me also was mixed an addiction. I knew that I could go on the road and go into deep places and nobody would see me like the people right in front of you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the best way to disappear.
And that's the thing, is I don't want to disappear. So when I say, honestly, that was my goal, like even before I moved to New York. Now that I'm here, part of those, and I'm just 40 weeks, I think I did like 30 something last year. I want to live in New York. I never want to leave here. So if some of those weeks means I'm doing 2 spots a night at major clubs in New York, that would be amazing too.
When I was 36, it was 1999. I was living with Ralphie. I would live with Gavin. I would live wherever. Whoever was out of town, that's whose bed I slept. And there was always somebody out of town. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I was just, in those days, it was so crazy. Nothing was important to me. Like by 99, I was gone. Like not on drugs. Gone comedy-wise. Like I was overstimulated. Like I didn't have an apartment. It was like being homeless and being a comic. So if I wasn't home at night, sleeping on Josh's couch or something to do with that, I was somewhere writing with somebody. I was at the front of the store with your T-shirt off, stealing sodas from the store. You improvise. But what I'm trying to say, it was like going to a 6-week training camp for me in those days. But it all ended with cocaine or somebody's couch, not having money, waking up in the morning. There used to be a gas station on Sunset. You would have loved this place. Since I'm a professional, it was a gas station on Sunset across from where the old Denny's was, where they put that restaurant that was kind of Jewish. They were from Israel, and they had the bread.
Yeah, the Israeli food, the Mediterranean food. Yeah, right next to the Guitar Center.
That used to be a fucking Denny's. That was the worst Denny's in America. That was rock and roll Denny's. Everything on that block is called rock and roll.
Yeah,
rock and roll supermarket. They're rock and roll because, dog, it's a party. Friday night, that supermarket before 3 o'clock, you walk in there, you don't know who you're gonna see. When I first moved in, I saw the kid with the bandana who's bald, moving in the station, Poison. I saw him one night in there like at 2:45. Whatever time they closed the bar, 2 o'clock. Rock and Roll Ralph sells booze by the gallon, dog. And all you had to do is sit out there at 20 to 2 just to see the motherfuckers that came in last minute. So that extended over to Rock and Roll Denny's. I remember one night, I'm in Rock and Roll Denny's, George. I got no fucking dough. I got $12, $13. I don't have to lie to nobody. It's it's like 2001. And this is the last $20 I got before I go to Kennedy Airport and come into New York City to audition for, analyze that, on my birthday. And I go to Denny's that night. I'm fucking starving. There ain't a soul in there. Maybe like a waitress or something. It's about 1 a.m, and I'm eating. I'll never forget 2 eggs with that fucking ham and toast, and they give you those artificial potatoes chopped up. I don't know what they call them, and I get like the iced tea. I'm sitting there minding my business, and dog, something slides into me. And I'm eating, and I go, what? And it's a fucking white girl, pretty, but all cracked up. This could only happen to me in Hollywood. All cracked up, bruises on her thighs, and she's picking up her dress to show me a pussy, and I won't bite. I refuse to bite. She's like, look at this. Look what I have between my legs. I'll give you a good deal. Do you have a car?
Oh, shit.
And, oh, yeah. And the waitress is watching me, and I'm looking at her going, what do I do here? Somebody help me. Somebody fucking help me. I'll never forget this. She's rubbing my shoulders, and I'm not gonna lie to nobody here. At a different time, if I had a package in my pocket, that chick was good to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie to nobody. She wasn't bad looking.
Right.
She was having a rough night, you know, and I'll never forget, like, I ate the eggs, I dipped the fucking bread, I ate the 2 yolks, and I looked at her, I go, you know what, you're right, you look hungry. And I left her the ham, and I got up and fucking tipped the fuck out of that, dog. It was over.
Holy shit.
That's rock and roll Ralph's. That's rock and roll Denny's. Then they shut it down. But anyway, we're getting to rock and roll, because there was a rock and roll gas station across the street.
Oh, shit.
And he ran it by himself. And I would wake up, George, and just go in my pocket and pray. In those days, I would just go in my pocket and wake up in the morning and say, let's see what's in there. Some mornings it was coins, some days it was $1 and coins. It was a really hard time. But I was at the store every night, and that's all that mattered to me. I was at the store every night following Paul Mooney, going 50 for 50. I didn't know what was going to happen after I followed Paul Mooney. And then I would make my living going to Felipe Esparza's rooms, Willie Barcena's rooms. When we bumped into those dudes on the street, we were eating tacos the first night. That dude with
Alfred Robles?
Alfred Robles came by us. I gave him a big hug, and we started eating the taco, Alfred, and I go, and Alfred goes, Joey Diaz, because I said, congratulations, Alfred. I love Alfred Robles with all my heart. And he goes, Joey, I just want you to know that all this started at the fucking whatever lounge. And he just, because we used to have a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I picked up $40 a night. That's $120. I got a half gram every night, and I got gasoline. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I still can't believe you budgeted for cocaine. It just...
You had to show up with a 20 to the store just to get the party started. Maybe you mingle with the wrong person. They go, you know what? I got a $100 bill. Go get 5 packages. Now we'll take this to the next level.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, you were saying...
But I would make a living from those Felipe rooms. Then on the weekends, somebody would take me on the road. Well, I was pretty aggressive then. I would always go on the road. But my whole life was surrounded around those spots at night. Sitting back there, watching whoever came in. In those days, the store wasn't the store either. It wasn't nothing. It was Paul Mooney who came in. Then Dice started coming in. Everybody else was Rogan, people that nobody knew. Nobody knew these people. This is before news. This is news radio before Fear Factor. It was a fucking nightmare there. Our Tuesday was 8 people. Tuesdays was 8 people. Wednesday was 30. Thursdays was maybe 60. Was a great night. And then the weekends were sold out. It wasn't. No, it was nothing like the way it is today. But when you say make it, I just want you to understand what you're saying, because a lot of people say make it and they don't classify it.
Right. No.
Like for me, making it was being funny and not being an asshole. I didn't need a fucking ship. I don't need a butler. I don't need an assistant. I don't need none of that shit. I just wanted to be a regular fucking dude that nobody would bother. But the ability to wake up in the morning and fucking tell you, I want 2 eggs. I don't have to go in there with my change and shit in the morning.
Right.
That's success to me. Like a fucking dude like me, I don't give a fuck. Me going to Nobu with 20 people and jumping up and down and, being Johnny Banana, that's never been a big deal for me. That's the last thing I want to fucking do in the world. Which I like to go to Nobu and get some nice sushi. You drop a couple 500, whatever. At least When I go into an old boo, I'm just getting 20s from the ATM. You walk in, every fucking Japanese guy gets a bah, 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 bah. They'll call me, what's that sushi? Sushi dynamite? I'm Kid Dynamite. Bah, bah. If you're going to go into a fucking sushi spot, that's the only way to do it. Go to the ATM, take 20s and start. That hot black girl at the sushi place, because they always got a hot black girl at the counter.
Yeah.
Always, with a nice black dress and nice black shoes on that looks like Whitney Houston and fucking my other girl put together, and you're like, God, here's a 40. Every other Japanese gets a strict 20. You know what I'm saying? You're looking that good, you bad motherfucker.
What does that get you? That'll get you like the table
That's
right
Johnny
away?
Bananas. No, that's what everybody wants to be.
Right.
Nobody wants to walk in a club with a fucking frown and bunny rabbit he is, and like, put me in the corner table so I could smell everybody's asshole as they walk by. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, all of us in this room at one time said, Buck, we can't wait to walk into a club in New York City and go, here's 10,000. Everybody suck my dick.
Oh, yeah.
Whiskey for everybody. Isn't that a dream for anybody, or was it just me? To walk in the club, I don't give a fuck if Trump is sitting there. Walk in and go, suck my dick, and put $100,000 down. Drinks for everybody and just walk out.
Dude, mine was similar, but mine was casino. I want to be able to go in with like 10 grand and just sit. I saw one guy do that at the Stratosphere. He brought 10 grand to the blackjack table and they had to count it out and give him 10 grand chips, and he made everyone wait. He could have gone to the cashier, but he made the whole table. And I was just like, he had 10,000 to put 1,000 on each hand. Like that. Like that's what I want.
Fuck that. We're gangsters.
I would love that.
We get to 10 and go, drop it. You know what I'm saying? We're going with 10. We're up. Call them. Call the dude in the tower. Call the Chinese dude in the tower. Oh, yeah, Chino. Chino, mira. Bah. Cachiturio. This ain't a signature or nothing. You don't have to. You'll never see me again. Right or wrong? That's the whole thing of doing this whole thing. But after a while, you have to really normalize. I was watching that stupid show last night. And the one with John Hamm. He becomes a thief. He's a stockbroker.
On Apple TV. I haven't seen it yet.
Apple TV, he becomes a thief. You know, just going like I did. Going to somebody's house, take a watch. But he's doing the old trick. They got 20 watches. Just take a watch. They won't even know. But it's interesting because, fuck, I forgot those edibles are hitting me. It's interesting. What are we talking about?
I got to be honest. I don't remember. I remembered up until a second ago. George, Nick, nothing?
Fucking guy, George is supposed to be the editor in charge of the
people
editor.
here who are so fucked
Nobody
up.
knows nothing.
No one can remember.
Nah, I told George I was giving him some dynamite weed tonight. I saw him take 2 hits and go right for a pastrami sandwich. I knew it was all over at the shout and the knish in one hand. He was over there eating matzo ball soup, the whole fucking thing.
Giving people tips, going to the bar, to the club, to the casino we were talking about. Big shot. Being a big shot.
Oh, yeah. They go to, I'm not going to tell you the story, but last night they go to somebody's house. And the guy was on a championship NBA team.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The guy was retired now from the NBA, but he's one of those guys that has a beautiful house, gym in the garage, you know, a basketball court, but outside is just fucking trophies and pictures of him with Michael Jordan, and, you know, and they have a championship ring. But at one point, let me show everybody my toilet. It's a toilet from Japan that's worth $500,000. It washes your ass. It steam cleans it. It deodorizes your nutsack. And all these people are like, ooh. And at one point he goes, wait a second, anybody who could score on me, I'll give $10,000. And he's out there blocking little white guy shots. He's 6'7". Everybody's like Lee. Lee's throwing a hook by, you know. Yeah, everybody's like Lee. Everybody's like a little tennis dude, and this guy's 6'8", blocking it. Then when he blocked it, he take it and slam dunk it. Come on. They high, so compadre, they had mono. So fucking, you know, you look at those type of guys, and at one point when you're watching an 18, you're like, and you're a basketball player, you go, I wish that's my house when I'm fucking 40. And as you get older, you're like, I don't want nobody in my fucking house.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want anybody in my house looking at my fucking trophies and me being an asshole. That's too much. I don't know. I don't like a picture of me in the house. I don't like none of that shit. I saved one of Troy Conrad's pictures of me because it's really dark and it's just my fucking head. And I like that shit. But you're not going to walk in my house and it's pictures of me with celebrities, me with Johnny Bananas. I don't want that shit. I just
your movie posters on the wall. There's people. I've been to Hollywood houses, and like there was a couple that like you'd go and like every movie they had anything to do with had like they had the poster up in like their kitchen. It was very
George framed Spider-Man 2 for me, and I got the longest yard I got from Adam. I have no idea where the longest yard is, and I don't.
Yeah, but you had it in your office where it makes sense. You're not going there and like giving everyone a tour and showing them all the things, all the memorabilia that you have. That was never the house that you like, and your office. It makes sense, or like a couple around the house. But I'm agreeing with you.
I don't know. It was really weird. I think once I got locked up, because when I got locked up, but I always knew this going in. When I got locked up, I met a lot of people who thought they were fucking Johnny Goomba. Everybody in there was Johnny Bananas. Everybody will tell you they were part of a motorcycle gang. They were with the mafia. They did work with the Chinese. But these guys are just fucking heroin dopes. They were just dopey people who were doing meth, and, they couldn't get off the fucking... They were in jail 20 years, and they still were fucking doing speed. And he was in there for murder or something like that. These guys, It's what was he talking about? What was it?
The people you met people.
Yeah. So when I saw that, but I remember being a kid and telling you guys, I had a great guy in my life when I was a kid. Every summer, my mom would put me on a plane to Miami. It was like Disneyland for us. He knew the background I grew up in, so he would treat me different than his kids. It was like our little secret, and we would do things at night. And one day he pulled me for a ride, and he goes, "Listen, I'm going to go do 8 years, and I got to shut down." This guy had everything. He had fucking everything: a house, a boat, 2 Doberman pinchers, a beautiful swimming pool, a construction company, and something came back to haunt them from 1959 in California. And they put him in federal penitentiary in Atlanta, and I always saw that. And then as you grow older, you see all these Italian dudes that get a life sentence with their 60. What was that whole life about? So for 30 years, you were at Spark Steakhouse. Yeah, now you're 60 when you can't go nowhere, and you're in there until you're 80. That's the payoff for me is not worth it.
No.
The ending was never worth it. The ending to end that way, and your family goes from having a house to living in a 2-bedroom apartment they can't make rent. I never understood that.
What about like the pressure of like living for 30 years on the run, like always thinking the cops are coming? Like that's crazy too. The whole life is wasted.
That's a different angle of it. But my main thing was shit like that made you go. And then you see these people that, listen, man, there's people who are very generous. Okay? And I love that shit. I love being generous. But before I'm going to walk into a bar and be generous, I'm going to be generous to the people around me, who I watch struggle every day. You follow what I'm saying to you?
Right.
Anybody can give to the blind kids and have a festival. People come to their house. It's what do they call them, George? It's a fundraiser, and now Joey, were you in Spider-Man 2? Yes. Many moons ago, when I was a young actor, what the fuck are you doing, Joey? You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to give a fundraiser? You see a black guy on a bicycle, come here. Yeah. Here's $500. Go get put a down payment on a fucking car. And next time I see you, tell me what you owe a month. And every time you come by on the 1st, I'll give you money. And I'll give you my wife's number, whatever you need. That's what you do. Instead of fucking being look at me and Austin the president. I'm like, here. Let's hear it for Lee Syatt for being we're giving you a ribbon that you paid for. And there's your cunt wife, Me too. I'm part of the organization. Cost you $25,000 to even talk to these morons. So they could come over and act foo-fooish in your house. At the end of the day, when you're 65 and you're laying on a bed, do you think that's what you're fucking to be worried about?
I hope
Is
not.
that what you fucking really think you're gonna? I hope I'm not. So before I get involved, listen, why be a fucking fakish if you're gonna, that whole lifestyle and then I went to Hollywood. Then I moved to California and I saw the most specific day I'll never forget was they had not a reshoot. This is when I fucking realized I was on to something. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I had a reshoot. Not a reshoot. Like a table read. They added, when we came back from...
Longest Yard, Spider-Man 2.
We came back from doing the longest yard in Albuquerque. We had a week hiatus. Everybody could do whatever they want. And we got a call one day or an email that they would change. We weren't going back to work that Friday, that Monday. We were going to push it till Thursday, but we had to go back until on a Thursday to go over these new things they had written that we did not even dream about when we left Albuquerque. So I'll never forget, they say, be there like a 1 at the whatever building. They'll give you a pass at the gate. You just pull right up. And we had already fucking done the Albuquerque scenes. I had already let them know who Uncle Joey was. Like, they were on the program now. They were on. I'm just a fucking idiot from North Bergen. I didn't say shit for the first 2 weeks. I did what they told me, and then I started taking chances, and they were like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And then when my ball sack fell out in front of Adam Sandler, and I had my leg out the whole afternoon, and finally, everybody didn't want to come say it to me.
Wait a second.
Nobody wanted to come say it to me that my nutsack was sticking out. So I'm sitting there.
And you weren't even filming. You were just on the...
No, we were filming, and I didn't know I had like some type of shorts on. We were just filming from up top with whatever, and it was like 3:30 in the afternoon. And everybody's sitting around, and I don't have nothing to sit. They're not even give me a chair. You know, you get that chair with Joey Diaz at the time? There was no Joey Diaz chair because they didn't think Joey Diaz was going to make it. But on this particular, they had to sit on a helmet.
With the balls out?
Huh? And when I sat, think of me sitting with shorts, 400 pounds at that point, on a helmet. Look at the position I got to be in, okay? No. And, you know, it could just hold, the underwear could just hold so much. And the right nut came out, and I didn't feel it. To my daughter's, to mercy, I did not feel it. I just hung out there like this for like an hour, sitting there.
An hour?
And then I got the story from Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler came over and sat next to me. How you doing, big guy? I'm like, good. How are you? And he's like, listen. He's like, if I was you, I'd put that speed bag away. And I'm like, speed bag? And he goes, that thing hanging from between your legs. He goes, it's been sitting there for an hour. Nobody's had the nuts to come up here and say it to you.
Oh my God.
Nobody would say nothing to me. They were doing like little things. Who's going to tell them? Nobody. They were like, leave it out. No, I'm not even fucking talking to that kid. He's a lunatic.
Oh my
and
God.
Right then and there, Adam was like, man, he rubbed my stomach. You remind me of my father. My father had a stomach like that. That was it, though.
Balls.
So we pull up. We're pulling up to Sony, and fucking, it was like a Thursday. And it was like, I think Tracy Morgan was gone. No. I don't know if Tracy was there, but it was like Adam, Chris, wasn't Adam. It was like Chris Rock, like 8 people from the movie. And I pulled, and everybody had a Jeep, a fucking Porsche, a fucking this or that. And I pulled up with a Neon with no windshield wipers. You know what I'm saying? You know, like when you do that so many times, the windshield wipers fly off and you're like, I'll get them when I get them. You know what I'm saying? If it's, what do I got? Money for windshield wipers? Go cocaine. Boom!
Fuck the windshield wipers.
We'll rub this fucking metal against the glass. It's fucking crazy. Like, I used to get into like things with Lee. When I first met Lee had a big stick up his ass. And we'd talk about things, and Lee thought I was putting him on. Like, I came from this fucking struggle type of stand-up. Like, when I first went out, I had to borrow money to get a Nissan. This piece of shit Nissan that was, the body was great, and it had like 99,000 miles. Listen, if you knew anything about a Datsun, it was a Datsun B210. If you knew anything about a Datsun, those motherfuckers don't blow spark plug till they go up to like 300,000 miles. It was just a 4-cylinder engine that had some kick. Those things are still around. You had to throw a fucking Nagasaki bomb at those things to knock them off the fucking Route 3. I had one of those things. I put a stick in the back, and I would hang my shirts back there in the back halfway, and then the other half was a pillow in case you got to pull over, Jack, and you got that thing protecting your eyes. So you have like a Puerto Rican shade there. You have the shirts. In the back was everything. First aid, a tire, a basketball, a frisbee, so you could never be bored. This is when you're fucking broke. You know, so the point I'm trying to make, it was from a like I always say, nobody shows up at an open mic in a Maserati.
Right.
Nobody's first time on stage is on a fucking Maserati. What are we talking about?
You're talking about fucking with me when we first met because I had a stick up my ass.
You know, and I would tell Lee about how I still remember that fucking dog. I remember coming back from my first road gig, Michigan. Like, this is your first road gig. Never mind where Rogan. No, at that time I wasn't even running Rogan. I didn't even know Rogan. This is 95. I'm already going to Baltimore, but the first place I went was Michigan, Detroit. The Arabian town, not Detroit.
Grand Rapids?
No. That's the Christian town with all the fucking churches. This is right in town. Well, I'll think about it. And I was coming back, and I was like, dog, I'm on my way. I don't care that I have $30 left. I don't care that I'm living in my car. I don't care that I owe an attorney $60,000. You know, I'm going to go home and see my daughter, and fucking, this is what I am. I'm a comedian. All of a sudden, bah! The left side of the car got a flat. I'm like, God damn it. I get out there, I put the spare tire on that motherfucker. I go on, you know, everything's, you know, the bicycle tire. That everybody says it's what do they call it? A 50-mile tire.
Oh, the donut.
I drove that donut back to Colorado and back to Michigan on that fucking donut.
Oh, my God.
I didn't, listen, I didn't get a new tire until somebody put $50 in my hand, whatever. In those days, it was like $22.50 for a tire. You think I'm fucking kidding you, man? I rode that tire. I had that and I delivered fucking Chinese food with that bum tire.
Dude, and
are you fucking nuts?
The reason why I'm speechless is last year I got a fucking flat in New Jersey.
I know you got a flat
and
in New Jersey.
had to put the donut on, and the guy told me, listen, whatever you do, don't drive over 50 miles an hour.
Get the fuck out. I was doing 90, bro.
I know
I was cutting people off with the fucking you learn that all. You know, at one time, George, what do you think? You guys think I had shampoo on the road? I had to use that bar soap that gets you dry. You become like
Irish Spring.
Ingrid Bergman. You get all fucking dry skin.
Oh my God!
Fucking, you pull your pants off, dust falls off from your fucking legs all the way down. You don't know what that's like. You're broke. You're on the road. People are telling you, listen, don't put soap in your eyes. Look, I got no Visine. I got the fucking washcloth. I'm taking all that Maluk smoke.
Oh my God!
Did you guys smell your clothes after fucking Texas?
Oh my God! They smell like barbecue, which is nice.
No, they don't. Listen,
the
guarantee.
Sweat?
Yours smell like rotten asshole and fucking cigarettes and booze, okay? Because when I opened that suitcase up, something flew out at me.
Really?
And I had like 8 pounds of weed in that motherfucker. No, I had no
I
weed.
think it might have been that.
Shit, no.
I haven't, no, I was.
It was fucking, I told my wife, please, let's throw that in right now. I didn't even go upstairs with that clothes.
Wow.
Because I think I was packing it when I came back Saturday night. I went in by the thing and I'm like, woo, Lord. I had 2 jackets that smelled like fucking Marlboro Reds, George. People still smoking there. They don't give a fuck.
Oh, yeah, that was
Jack.
crazy.
That was crazy. They smoke everything in there. After 11 o'clock, it's over but the shout. They put the curtains down. People are like, come on, we want to take a picture of Joe Rogan. You're in no danger. We came all the way.
Oh, my God. Dude, it was crazy. There were people from everywhere there.
Yes, there were. Yes, there were. And the festival was nice. Listen, I was very happy that I got to go down there. I'm very proud. I thought I was going to eat a bag of dicks.
Not at all.
But then I forgot I was in Texas. That's a good state to develop. I developed in Texas. When you do the math, I'll tell you, I was always in Texas. El Paso, I got to give props where props are taken. You know what I'm saying? What do you got this week, cocksucker? I'm not ending the podcast. I just want to talk to you about a few things.
Okay. On Friday, the 25th, I'm in Westfield, Mass. At Bright Idea Brewing. And then on Sunday, I'm at Greenwich Village Comedy Club at 9:30.
Look at you making moves.
Trying. And then I'm at Dispensary on Wednesday somewhere in Queens.
When I was in Austin, I got there. We got there Wednesday night, went to eat. I didn't really think about it. I made the video. And then all of a sudden, within minutes, my phone started popping, right? Like people, dog, you in town? The guy I forgot to hit back AJ. When I landed, I'm like, fuck. I was supposed, because we were going to hook up Wednesday night, but he had already eaten dinner. So, what the fuck was I going to tell you, motherfucker? All right, so I I asked Joe if I go to the
Mothership.
no, I asked Joe if I could go to Wells to Wellness, and he goes, yeah. I'll call later. But as soon as I got out of there, that dude texted me. He goes, dog, I see you're in town. Let's hook you up tomorrow. Come on in. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay. And then I called him, and we made a time, and he called me back, and he goes, you can't come during this time. And I walked in there next morning. That was the best night's sleep I got, knowing that I was going in there. That night was like 5 hours, maybe, right?
Probably.
Yeah, it was like maybe I slept like 5 or 6 hours. And it wasn't that I was drunk or anything that night. Yeah, the room was brutal. It was cold as fuck. I put that room down to 65 on the third level of the fan, and I brought my own little portable fan.
You did not bring a fan.
Come on now.
How cold do you need to be?
Come on now.
Holy shit.
And I put that blanket on top, and at one point I got up, and the bed was wet, like I had pissed it 18 times. I had to turn the pillow over, George. It was dripping.
You were sweating that much?
Yeah, because I put the blanket over my head since I got the hose coming out. I don't need to be out there like the rest of you guys breathing. I put that blanket over my head. I get that room colder than fuck, Jack.
But then why are you sweating so much?
Listen, my room has been so cold lately. After 15 years, my cat's going under the blanket. I land in bed at night, and all of a sudden she starts to bullshit. I hug her, and I pick the blanket up, and it's like a 10-minute walk. She goes in there like a Vietnam vet, like there's going to be a bomb. I'm like, get the fuck in there already. Jesus Christ, I'm like this for like 10 minutes. But I went to Wells. I walked in there. The guy's name is Brigham, and they had moved locations from the first time that I went. Well, the first time I went, I got a shot in my knee, and I was fucking petrified. And it went by like this, nothing. I'm like, wow, really? Then I went down a second time. They go, come on back. I did it again. Boom, no pain. I didn't faint. In fact, I even took the earphones off because I usually go in those places with earphones so I don't hear the needles ripping when they take it out. That's how much of a pussy I was. I was in the hospital 3 weeks this year. You got to see me now with needles. I'm like, you take the arm, shit, babe. Bah! Nothing no more. I even put some, yeah, they had to put a thing in my arm the other day. And they had to put, to do this thing, they put like this catheter in, and they shoot you with the fucking, first thing I did was a stem cell IV. No, I did a stem cell. I was scared of the bag that drips. So I did a stem cell blood something. It goes into your blood. And that was the first 2 times I went. And then this time I walked in. I told them what I was in the hospital for. They had a fucking AI computer that you talk like. They told me what went on with me when I was in the hospital. Then they go, let's ask this guy. And they asked him. And he gave like a fucking, it was unbelievable, guys, where the future's going.
And then, so you did, and didn't you do a breathing thing too?
So then number 2, I did a lung. I've been doing those. I've been supposed to do like 3 a week. I just ran out of the prescription. It's a steam you put on with a hose, and you put the chemical on the bottom. Then you put it in your mouth. It's like a pipe, and you breathe in and out of there.
Like a nebulizer, I think?
A nebulizer.
Yeah.
So they gave me a stem cell nebulizer for my lungs.
Shit.
Yeah, we didn't fuck around. Then they shot me with the needle, and they put whatever into my blood, and then we did the liquid IV, the IV liquid IV, the IV. And then from there, they put me in the red light therapy bed, and then from there, I went into a hyper chamber. And they put an oxygen mask on you, and oxygen goes on you to wake everything the fuck up. And I was in there for like, and I had to pee, but then from not having to pee, I had so much oxygen in the red blood, my dick got harder than fuck. And they opened up that little moon, and I couldn't even pick up my leg. It was like one of those 8th grade hard-ons. That motherfucker's hard. You wake your mother up, Ma. Take a look at this. I don't know what's going on.
I think the guy was really happy about you talking about it, and then now he is going to hard on in his hyperbaric chamber.
Listen, it's not like I took it out and banged it out. I just, for some reason, the blood went to that area. And a little fucking, I was looking out into the wilderness. I don't know what fantasy crossed my mind. Sometimes when you look at trees, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're on the spectrum like me. Things happen. You're out there just staring, and all of a sudden you're like, I remember the time when there's no time.
Oh, my God.
But that's an interesting question you had for me tonight, Lee, because I don't know. And I have people who actually come up to me in my neighborhood and say shit to me, how I should act. Nobody said something to me the last 2 years, but I had 2 neighbors, like in 1 year, that go, I was doing something and I saw you here and on TV. I never knew. And then they're like, why don't you act a certain way? And I'm like, well, how would you like for me to act?
Right.
You have a limo in front of my house with some, come on, man.
There's people who do it.
No, but you know what? It's like you have to remember at one point, like anytime I try to be a big shot, I remember being in fucking prison. And there were people who used to go, you know what? I ain't eating the food. And there was this big white guard who would go, shit, I wonder what you were eating under that fucking bridge or something to that effect.
Right.
And it made sense.
Right.
Like when you were under that bridge, what the fuck were you eating? And listen, he wasn't under a bridge. He's just saying we've all been under a bridge where you're like, one morning you get up and there ain't no fucking oatmeal. So you just got to drink the water, the milk straight, or, cereal with fucking water. You in prison, you better fucking eat that shit.
Yeah.
That's a one-shot deal. There's no bodega up the corner.
That's like a nightmare.
Yeah, there's nothing like that. So it's just, when you look at things and you look at for what they are, I don't know, guys. I'm too old.
Is there something like that, like no matter how much money you had, that you still wouldn't spend money on? Like for me, like I don't think I would ever do like a $200,000 car, even if I had
Only
millions.
thing I wish I could fucking do, I'm not gonna lie to nobody. At times I think of fucking doing something, because this is the only thing I wish I could do. I wish I could rent a private plane
For like your gigs?
every week to go somewhere with you guys, just on a whim. Right now, dog, I'm 62 years old. You ask me what I want to do.
Yeah.
We're too old for a week in a place. Ain't nobody gonna make a week in fucking Puerto Rico. None of us. But 2 days up in Vermont, that would be fucking great to have like a private. I'm not saying spend $17 million on a private plane,
But be able to
I'm
charter one.
saying to invest the money in a package, like that. You have 5 flights for $8,000 a flight, $40,000. You can make 3 payments or something like that. I would fucking love to do something like that. I don't want to go to California.
Where would you want to go?
I'd like to do another Florida run. Somewhere I want to go again and do a show. Let's get it out of the way. I'm going to fucking Red Rocks, October, so I'd love to go to Boulder.
Oh,
Take
shit.
George to Boulder with me as my personal bodyguard. George will do his own video. Spots in Boulder with Joey robbed.
It's going to be a long video.
Dog,
That'll be a few
go
parts.
right to Con.
Con.
Tell him, George. Yeah, no, don't worry about those. We'll take care of those with the governor. And if they arrest you, we'll be cool. Don't worry. We'll get you an attorney within minutes.
Holy shit. That's awesome. You're doing Red Rocks.
I'm doing Red Rocks with Bert. But
That's
why
awesome.
not end the nice show at the theater in Boulder? Why not? Why fucking not?
Right.
Do another fucking Santa Fe run.
But
Santa Fe, New Mexico, guys, for 3 days. Rent a car and go up and get green chilies from all those little ski resorts. Just do a green chili run, maybe one more Denver run. I don't want to fly into that fucking airport in Denver. But on the other hand, I don't want to end up like La Bamba either.
who's La Bamba?
The guy who died in a plane crash. You hit a fucking mountain, you fuck. Who's La Bamba? Ah. We gotta do a history.
Oh, Jesus.
You don't know that song? Da-da-da-da-da. Isn't that La Bamba? No.
Yeah, I didn't know he died in a plane crash.
La Bamba, la la bamba. Ba la 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 la. You don't like that song?
I love
Ba
that
la 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 bamba.
dun, 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 dun.
Dog, we used to have a teacher, Mr. Terranova. And I'll never forget that. In those days in North Bergen High School, there was an A cafeteria and a B cafeteria. And the B cafeteria, I could be saying them wrong, but the A cafeteria was just for Spanish people. And the B cafeteria...
Was this on like the sign, or this was just known? This sounds like you went to school or prison.
This was no... This
Didn't you say that your like recess or gym was like shoveling the snow too? Like what?
No. That was at McKinley. You shoveled snow.
Okay.
But once you got to North Bergen High School in 1978, it was lunchroom A and B. Lunchroom A was just for Spanish people, and lunchroom B was for everybody else. White kids, a few Indians. No, at that time, if you were Indian, they put you over there with.
They just thought you were brown. You're like, all
Yeah.
right.
So here's where it gets complicated. Every day, teachers would have to switch posts at different lunches. Okay, so every day there was a new teacher, 2 teachers on each door in cafeteria A, and there'd be 2 teachers on. And sometimes it would be this lesbian teacher that I was tight with. That one day I showed her my balls. She was teaching gymnastics, and she had those things like this. And I had a hole in my sweats. And I picked up those legs. Her name was Miss Bernhardt. She's still alive, I think.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And I'm like, Miss Bernhardt, my balls were springing. She never took me to the principal's office. But there was a teacher that I idolized growing up. In fact, I got to reach out to this dude. His name was Mr. Terranova. And in those days, Mr. Terranova would have a suit on, tight as a motherfucker, by room A. And as I walked by, he'd go, Coco, come here. And I'd walk up to like this close to him, Nick, and he'd be right here. And all of a sudden, when 3 Spanish people would walk in, he'd go, hold on 1 second. And he'd go back to me.
Oh, my
and his
God.
kids would go like, what the Ah! Oh, my fucking God. But he did it perfectly. And his face draw, he'd just be talking to you, and all of a sudden he'd go, hold on. And the 3. And one day we were sitting again talking there, and there was like a little misunderstanding, and some guy stepped on Mr. Terranova's shoes.
Oh, no.
A Cuban kid stepped on his shoes. I'm talking to Mr. T, and all of a sudden T's talking to me, and all of a sudden the kids, people step on your shoe, but they keep going. And all of a sudden he's like, oh, time out. He goes, get your hoop-doop-de-doop merengue shoes off my... The kid just cracked. And when he said hoop-doop-de-doop merengue, the kid just fractured. The kid thought he was going to Studio 54. He had those pointy fucking shoes. Oh, my God. Get those hoop-doop-de-doop merengue shoes off my feet.
Jesus. Everything, the more you describe it, the more I'm like, this sounds like fucking prison. That's crazy.
There was no prison. That's a fucking...
You said they had to change posts.
No, the teachers every day.
Yeah, their guards had to make...
No. They would just stand on the corners to make sure like a 50-year-old didn't come and eat lunch with a 12-year-old. That's why they were there, to make sure some fucking 50-year-old is strolling with a Beatles lunchbox and sit next to a bunch of 12-year-olds. Hey, have you ever heard a fucking...
Here comes the sun.
Yeah. Well, so where you at? You at some fucking country club again? On
No,
Friday?
I'm at a brewery on Friday.
Oh,
in
here goes
Westfield,
another
Mass.
brewery.
Yeah, and then I'm at Greenwich Village Comedy Club on Sunday.
Okay. You're fucking doing great, Lee. You did 2 great fucking sets.
Thank you.
You handled yourself up front. Listen, man. You never want to see your kids suffer. In life, you never want to see your kids suffer. And I love Lee. I don't want to hear nothing bad about Lee. But I'm really proud on how much better you're getting up front. And you were not going to get that one past me, Lee. Until I see you.
Doing a run, yeah.
No, you have to go up first.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I want you to figure out in your mind how you're going to be the life of the party. You're going up first. Joe, this is the Joey Diaz show. I'm not taking that away from him. Your attitude is, listen, I'm opening up for Dave Chappelle, and this is the Dave Chappelle show. I'm not taking that away from him, but I am the quarterback. I am the first face they fucking see. So my tempo sets the tempo for the rest of the night. If you're drop back to 5 and throw to the 5-yard line and get the guy to step out of bounds, that's your tempo. But we got to speed this motherfucker up. You got to let him know about that Jewish explosion. My dick is ready to go. I just had lox in a fucking bagel, and I got fucking diarrhea. I'm ready to stab a motherfucker. And that's your mindset. Like, after, we fuck around, we giggle, but, that's it. Now you become a Jew. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. This is not... that focus, like when you see a Jewish surgeon, he's going in for the big kill.
Right.
But before you're dying, he's like, listen, If you live, I need an extra 15 points. Cut it out. And he's like, fucking, because this Jew's precision.
Right.
And I want you to become the best at that. For right now, I don't want you to worry about headlining or featuring. Trust me, I know somebody else who focused on that. And that became something later on. But how to get that stage at a cold opening and just go. You're not asking questions. You're not there to learn. They're there to learn from you as a comic.
Right.
Who the fuck are you, the guy who drinks tequila? I want that shit like I want a finger up my ass. You know what I'm saying? I never want that. I want them to come at me. What's that?
The heater turned on.
Oh. This fucking guy, I thought he heard The Exorcist or something. You know, I want to go out there and control. That's you. You're the quarterback,
right?
And that's what a lot of people. I MC'd last week. It's okay. You're gonna move up. No, you're not. You're gonna be an MC. Look how you said MC. You're gonna be an MC the rest of your fucking life. Look at your attitude. When you're an MC, you're that first guy that runs when you in a Super Bowl. They don't have the fucking some mook run out. They have the fucking fastest guy on the team run out first. He blows the thing, smoke comes out, white bitches faint, his dick pops out of his shorts, and he's on the 50-yard line like he was getting chased by 3 cops. That's the way it is. You're the cat. If you go out there and go, hi, my name is Lee, I'm Jewish, boom.
Right.
Now you got to dig. They just threw more dirt on you. Forget about what fucking Hitler did. They just threw more dirt on you.
It's on top of what Hitler did.
Yeah, you did it to yourself. You went out there ho-hum. And I saw you doing that, and you were struggling for a while in New York, and it hurt me.
Right.
Because it wasn't doing nothing for your ego, but I knew in the long run, I knew that now you look at it as this sucks, I don't know what I'm going to do, I have to be the second guy up. No, you're going to learn how to master being the first guy up. And master it with the back of your mind. Now, Joey Diaz just got hit by a car. He ain't even showing up tonight, that motherfucker. When you put that in your mind, and you have to figure out, like, you know, because one day, and it might be fucking soon, somebody might come up to you, you might be going up first, and I'm going to have to give you a sign from the side and going, fucking Ari didn't show up. Do an extra 15 minutes. But you already went out there with 15 minutes. That's horrible. That's horrible.
Right.
But that's another curveball I'll throw at you.
Oh, I'm sure you.
When you look to the side, instead of, you might be up there for 28, and I'll tell you you've been doing 10. You got 18 more.
Oh, no.
And, bro, your insides break. When you think you're killing at 18, and you're like, I got 12 more minutes to fight it out. All of a sudden you look aside, you're like, psst, psst, keep going. And you're like, keep going. After 12 minutes, I'm done. I've done everything. My mother's joke, the one I wrote in the 3rd grade, the one I got from my nephew's cup. Remember when we were kids? They had those little fucking cups, you know.
Yeah.
What animal don't you play cards with? A cheetah? All right, let's wrap this motherfucker up.
Well, I appreciate it, buddy. It was great. I honestly really appreciate. Not even honest. I love doing the shows, but you gave me that advice to not ask questions. Like at the airport at 6, I was barely awake, and it's all I've been thinking about. So I appreciate it.
You did good, and you know that was lead. That's 1,000 people, 1,800.
Yeah,
that's not. I didn't expect you to go out there and fucking do what you did. So I'm very proud of you. I'm happy that you're working hard. You know, you came back, got off the plane. I went home and melted. I couldn't even get up Sunday. That's how old I am. This kid did the Dojo County with Steve Simone, and then went and did a midnight show. There were 2 people there by the time he got there.
Oh,
that's heartbreak. You know,
it was.
That's the proof that you're a real comic right there. You waited all day for the midnight set. You get there, there's 8 people to boot. And the first 4 should have been shot and hung a long time ago. Now it's down to 1 person. You're up there going should I shoot myself now? Or
But and this is the last thing I'll say. The dojo was great with Steve. And that was a great comedy
tonight, right?
Yeah, Steve's still here.
And what's he doing? He sat at home like a fucking genetic.
No, he's eating pizza all over the place. He's gone to every amazing pizza place so far. And he killed at the dojo, but it was.
I would have brought him here tonight. I didn't know he was still in town.
Oh,
You
okay.
should have brought him here with you. What do you think? I don't want to see him. He could have ate that. That's food.
I think he's doing something at night.
Who gives a fuck? He could have came here sick. He's a Catholic. He's like Jesus. He could change his mind like this. All right, I love you, cocksuckers. The only thing I got coming up is May
17th. You're right.
17th at Parks Casino. Is it sold out already? Oh, we just got August tickets.
Nice.
In August or
So go to the
May? Don't buy any tickets. They're too high. If they're over $40, come in August. You know what I'm saying? Bring your in-laws. They want to see some shows. Stay black. We love you. We'll be back next week. All right. Thank you.